So let's do some more examples. Now we have to pick an expression that matches the description. So a polynomial of the fifth degree. So we need to understand what the degree of a polynomial is. So let me go back up to my two examples here. So this one, f of x, let me use that same color. We can say f of x is a third degree polynomial, since the highest power of x is 3. So the degree is just asking what is the highest power of x. So here, for g of x, this is a 7th degree polynomial. And the highest power of x, or t, whatever the variable is, represents the degree because that term essentially dominates what the polynomial is going to look like. For instance, this polynomial, because it's raised to the 7th power, would essentially look like the parent function for x to the 7th power. It's just going to be shifted and scaled and moved around. But the same general shape would be from this parent function. So the degree is important because it essentially determines the big picture of what the graph is going to look like. So if we go down to our problem, we can determine the degree from each of these pretty quickly, since it's going to be the highest power of x. And this one here, notice it is in standard form. The highest degree is 5, so it could be this one. This one has a highest degree of 7, so this is a 7th degree polynomial. And this one here, the highest degree is a 6, so this one is a 6th degree polynomial. So we can eliminate those. And this one also has a leading coefficient of 7 and a constant term of 6. So we're going to be adding 6 at the end, and that highest power term, where it's to that 5th degree, that is a leading coefficient of 7. So it should be 7 times x to the 5th, and we don't know necessarily everything else. We can determine that from process of elimination, but we're also going to be having a constant term of 6 at the end, so we'll be adding 6. And that looks to be this case. It fits the description. It does have this 2x squared term, but there's nothing in our description that says that couldn't be there. This one had a leading coefficient of 6 and a constant term of 7, so it essentially switched the last piece of information. So choice C would be the correct answer in this one. Now, we again have a question where we're looking for standard form. And notice this first one, they do the constant first and then the linear term. So it should be the other way around. It should be minus 2x plus 5. This would be in standard form. Now this one is in standard form because it's a 4th degree, so the highest power is first, and then it goes in descending order. So this one's correct. And this one is not correct because the 4th power term is written second. And this is a 4th degree polynomial since that's the highest power term. So it should be written with that first, then the 5x cubed, then the 3x, and the plus 1. So C is not correct, which means C is the correct answer. So let's keep going. And we have another expression that's going to match this description. So now we have a trinomial. So we're looking for something with 3 terms. Remember, tri for tricycle, 3-wheeled bike. And it's got a leading coefficient of 3 and a constant term of minus 5. So looking at our answers, we know B is not right because that has only 2 terms. And it's got a constant term of minus 5. So at the end, we're going to be subtracting 5 here. And there's only one option with that being the case. So let's double check it. Does it also have this leading coefficient of 3? And with the highest power of m here, it is multiplied by 3. So that leading coefficient is 3. And we're subtracting 5 at the end, which is the constant term. But it's also a trinomial because there's 3 terms. This one would have a leading coefficient of 3, but the constant term is plus 1. This one has a leading coefficient of minus 5 and a constant term of plus 3. So choice letter D would be correct here.